In the frozen norths of Trudvang, where ancient beasts stir beneath the ice.
Now, Donnie, please don't break character and stop insulting the village chieftain.
I was just asking if this loser got to the Cloud District very often.
That's right, Mr. President. Belittle him. I bet he doesn't get to the Cloud District very often at all.
In this video, viewers, all the voices you hear are artificial intelligence. Don't take it too seriously. We got a little longer of an intro, but this is honestly one of our favorite settings and games, okay? Please buckle up. This should be a 3-video campaign, and we want to take our time and make it great for—
Make these AI presidents play Dungeons and Dragon videos great again.
They already are great, Donnie.
As I was saying, make this series great for you, the viewers. Like, comment, and share so that more people see it. So many people are on hiatus or not making content anymore, and our editor will feel more up for the challenge if we get some decent viewership.
The Oval Office is illuminated not with purpose, but with the quiet resignation of a room that has forgotten why it exists. The lamps cast a weary glow. The curtains are drawn, not to keep the world out, but perhaps to keep something in. The resolute desk has been pushed aside, not with ceremony, but with indifference. Its authority temporarily displaced by a folding table, a fragile altar of snacks and paper. Upon it rests the artifacts of a different kind of governance. Printed pages, polyhedral dice, binders swollen with rules that no one truly understands, and a laptop open, abandoned, mid-thought, on something called a fantasy tier list. Here, power has not vanished. It has simply become trivial. Donald Trump leans forward, as if preparing to dominate a debate that does not matter. Barack Obama watches with the faint amusement of a man who suspects the absurdity but participates anyway. George W. Bush holds a small cup of pretzels, like a relic, or perhaps a comfort against the void. And nearby, on a couch that has seen too many decisions and too little rest, Joe Biden sleeps, not lightly, but completely, as if he has surrendered, not just to sleep, but to time itself. Shoes still on, mouth slightly open. A man at peace in a world that is not. And then there is silence, not the silence of calm, but the silence of something about to begin.
Did you guys just hear something?
I think it was just Joe again, snoring.
No, definitely, like, maybe we have our own narrator.
What did you just say?
Okay, well, this is great. This is really, really great. We have everything set up. Everybody's here, almost everybody, and one guy is doing what he does best. Sleeping.
I swear he's committed to the bit.
That's a man who knows what he wants.
Do you? Because I don't know what he wants. I don't think he knows what he wants. I think he wakes up and he's surprised by the concept of waking up.
Let's not do this in the first 30 seconds, man.
We are more like at 60 seconds now. So, oh yes, we're doing it. We're absolutely doing it. Sleepy Joe's over there in a coma, and we're supposed to— What is this, by the way? Your brilliant idea for our next project, Towers? A fantasy tier list?
Yeah. I thought it'd be fun.
We're all just hanging out. We can do, like, a high fantasy thing.
Like best worlds, best stories. Like when you're a kid and you're like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It's the only productive idea you've had in years.
Hey now, I have done some other stuff too in years.
You mean what you did about 25 years ago? With those buildings in, what month was it? September?
Donald, easy.
Okay, George. What else have you done?
I also brought pretzels.
Fine, fantasy tier list. We know what's going at the top. Game of Thrones.
Here we go again.
I got to thinking, does it have to be television?
It's the best thing. It's huge. Dragons, politics, great hair, great drama. It's basically like if the world were run correctly. Like if I got to run more than just America. Everyone's fighting, everyone's winning, everyone's losing. It's very realistic.
You like it because everybody's constantly betraying each other.
It's strategy. It's called strategy. You wouldn't know. You're too calm.
I'm calm because I'm not trying to turn every conversation into a cage match.
Well, hold on. We got to include Lord of the Rings. That's like foundational. We wouldn't have any modern fantasy if it wasn't for Tolkien. No Game of Thrones, no Dungeons and Dragons, zip.
I like Lord of the Rings. Great brand, incredible brand. The Ring, iconic. Sauron, tremendous villain. Very strong eye, very memorable.
That's the first time I've ever heard anyone compliment a villain's eye.
Lord of the Rings is like the old stories, the ones you feel in your bones.
Okay, sure, Lord of the Rings is in S tier. But here's the thing. There are versions.
No, don't do this.
There are versions, and some versions are better than other versions.
I swear, if you start arguing about extended editions...
Nah, Barry. Peter Jackson, great job. But I'm open-minded. I'm very open-minded. I have listened to the audiobooks mostly. Now, George says his favorite, are you ready for this? His favorite Lord of the Rings movie is the Rankin and Bass cartoons.
George? You mean the Hobbit TV thing?
Yay. The Hobbit one and Return of the King, the one where it's kind of sing-songy. I love those.
That's insane. That is insane. That's like saying your favorite soda is like Diet Right.
Actually, hear me out on Diet Right.
You can't be serious.
No, see, it's not like that. It's like when you're little and you see something and it hits you. The art, the vibe, the music. It's cozy, man. It's like a warm blanket, but also there's goblins.
You're talking about it like it's a formative childhood memory.
It is. I'm telling you, there's something about that art style. It's like storybook paintings, and the songs stick in your head.
You mean like Down Down to Goblin Town? You can't be serious.
It's serious to me. Plus, you remember it. You just remembered the song.
Because of the memes, Towers. The memes.
George, I'm not even mad. I'm just surprised. These are deep cuts.
Deep cuts? This is like watching an ancient VHS and calling it cinema.
Hey, those were made by professionals.
Rankin and Bass did mostly Santa Christmas movies, George, for little kids.
They were. And they're not nothing. Plus, a year without Santa Claus absolutely slapped.
But you know you're gonna get roasted for that, right?
I can take it.
Can you? Because I'm roasting you right now. Rankin Bass, that's your S tier? That's your king? The California Raisin people.
It made me feel good. Cozy reminds me of a simple time in my life. Like I am Hobbit living in the Shire. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, fine. Put Rankin Bass Hobbit on the list. We'll do comfort factor as a category.
Tier lists work on other channels. People love tier lists. We could do best fantasy worlds. We could do villains you love to hate. We could do best dwarven beards. We could do sexiest elves. Very specific, very viral.
You're already thinking about the engagement.
It's important. Someone has to. Like our first Star Wars video got like over 5,000 views, and our most recent one, 500. Not fair. You have to think about the algorithm. The algorithm is it's like a beast. You have to feed it.
Or like a Balrog and be like Gandalf and defeat it in battle. Oh, maybe we do one where we rank fantasy food, like Lemba's bread. Second breakfast, potatoes, P.O. Tate, toes.
All that stuff? Fantasy food is terrible. It's all bread and stew. No ketchup, no burgers, no fries.
That's because you have the palate of a 5-year-old.
Wrong. I have a very refined palate. Very refined.
I just like what I like. So, about Joe, hey, should we wake him up? He's gonna miss the whole list.
Don't touch him. He might bite. He's like a fainting goat. You startle him, and the old geezer, he collapses.
He'll wake up when the plot needs him.
Like in a movie. The hero sleeps until the moment of destiny.
Joe, he's not the hero. He's the guy in the background at the council meeting who keeps nodding off. He is important to the plot as C.O. Bibble was to Naboo. Hey, Phantom Menace, now that is some good fantasy.
More like science fiction.
Whatever. My point is, Joe ain't important.
Yeah, but he's funny.
It is funny. I'll give you that. And absolutely pathetic.
Joe.
We're ranking fantasy. Wake up and contribute. See?
Leave him. He clearly had a long day of sleeping.
You know, I've seen him do this at important stuff. He can sleep anywhere. It's a gift.
It's a terrible gift, but it's a gift.
A faint sound comes from somewhere. Not from Joe. Not from the hallway, not from the table. It's a voice low and calm, with an accent that makes every word feel carved. There is a strange democracy in boredom. Men who once held power now argue about elves. The three awake men freeze.
Did you hear that?
I heard that. I definitely heard that. Joe, was that you?
That was not Joe. I was trying to tell you all of this earlier, like a disembodied voice of narration.
I am freaking out, man. What is going on?
Okay, this isn't funny. Don't make Barry Drone strike you where you stand.
Actually, Donnie, you have been kind of taking my bit recently.
Secret Service? Is this one of those pranks? Because I'll tell you right now, I do not like surprises, and I sure don't do congressional approval. None of us do.
In this room there is paper. There are small dice, and there is a sleeping man inviting fate like a child invites a wolf.
Okay, that's creepy. That is extremely creepy.
That is like Palantir stuff.
That is like when the eye is watching you.
Don't say the I like you're comfortable with it.
I'm comfortable with villains. I know villains. I've dealt with villains. This is villain energy.
Maybe it's not evil. Yeah, maybe it's Gandalf. Like a wizard shows up when you least expect it. Look to my coming at first light on the 5th day. At dawn, look to the east.
Not Gandalf. Gandalf would announce himself. He'd be like, I'm Gandalf. This is more like creepy like a Saruman.
Okay, all right, whoever you are, this is the Oval Office. You can't just narrate.
You believe this room is protected, but the world is always entering. Through cracks, through dreams, through stories.
Okay, stop.
Stop.
I don't like it. I do not like this at all.
Where is it coming from?
Look, it's coming from behind the curtains.
They turn the curtains near a side doorway shift. A man steps out like he has been there the whole time, unnoticed by the universe until now. It's Werner Herzog. He's holding a thin hardcover book under one arm and a small pouch of dice in the other hand. Good evening. Trump is staring. He is a bit offended.
What are you doing here?
Obama, he blinks. He is about to question my name again.
Werner Herzog?
Bush, in his most sincere, childlike quality, seems more delighted.
Oh my gosh. It's the narration guy.
I don't care who the guy is. I want him to stop narrating everything we do as we do it. So listen, we're German guy. We never agreed to this.
How has he been able to narrate what we do before we do it?
And why is there a German filmmaker in the Oval Office?
Herzog answers in his signature style, very straightforward. I was invited.
By who?
Herzog looks at the couch. Joe is still asleep. By him.
Of course.
He invited Werner Herzog and then fell asleep. That's honestly kind of impressive.
Joe, wake up. You can't just summon a German auteur into the White House and then nap.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Herzog relaxes and he responds, very pleased with himself.
Now he is narrating himself?
He wrote to me, he said he had seen the other videos. He said there were games, dice, men arguing about nothing, as if nothing were the most important thing in the world. He asked me to run a session.
A session of what?
Herzog raises the book slightly, as if presenting scripture. Trudvang.
Trud what? Hey, Towers, look up whether or not the kraut just cussed at us.
Oh, no, Donnie, it's a tabletop game. That's the Nordic one, right? The sagas?
Herzog says approvingly, yes, it is a world of epic sagas, an ancient land filled with magic and mystery. Civilization is sparse. Wilderness is wide. And the forests, they are so old, they do not remember why they are angry.
Okay, that's actually a great pitch. But why you? Why are you the dungeon master?
Yeah, why aren't I the dungeon master? I would be the best dungeon master. The best. Everyone would have a great time. We'd all win.
No one truly wins in Trudvang, her president. A dungeon master is not there for your victory. He is there to witness your choices and the consequences.
Well, I'd be different. We'd win. We'd win.
So you're telling me Joe invited you to run a tabletop campaign in the Oval Office and didn't tell any of us?
He did not tell you. That is why you are surprised. Surprise is the first ingredient of myth.
I like this guy.
I do not like him. He's creepy. He's like a creepy wizard. He's like one of those wizards in a fantasy movie, the ones who show up and you're like, oh, I am 100% sure that is the villain.
You mean every wizard?
Not every wizard. Gandalf is fine. This is like if Gandalf did a documentary about your death.
That would be honest.
All right. So what? We're playing Trudvang? What's the vibe? Like Tolkien or what?
It's something older, more ancient. It is folklore. It is cold. It is beautiful. And it is cruel. He opens the book, flips to a page with practiced reverence. There are regions to the east, the Stormlands, in the west, Westmark. Between them, the Midlands, and beyond, to the north, the mountains in the ancient forests, and finally the Great White.
Stormland sounds cool.
Westmark sounds like money. Westmark sounds like commerce.
In Westmark, learning is valued above strength of arms. Great schools, libraries, repositories, but it comes after a long dark time when trolls ruled the land and people were marched away and never heard from again.
Okay. That's actually heavy.
Trolls, huh? So we're going troll hunting? Because I like that. I like hunting things. Winners hunt, losers hide.
I'm down to hunt trolls. I bet it's like wild boar hunting down in Dixie. Yeah!
We still haven't established that we're playing. We're just listening to Werner Herzog narrate at our snack table.
You are already playing. You simply do not know it yet.
That's a good line. I'll give you that.
All right. If we're doing this, we need character sheets. We need dice. We need Joe awake.
We got sheets. Look at this. This is like serious.
Mine better be good. If my character stinks, I'm not playing.
I have taken the liberty of bringing your own characters, Herr President. Donald, your character is going to be a human named Trump. Sharp with the blade, sharper with his tongue.
It's a great name, strong name, family name, sounds like me.
Before characters, we establish rules. Rules are the skeleton of fate.
Here we go.
Trudvang uses 3 primary dice, D6, D10, and D20. But the soul of the game is the D20.
Okay. So, like D&D?
No, absolutely nothing like Dungeons and Dragons. In D&D you roll high. Here you roll low.
I don't like that.
Of course you do not. It means you cannot inflate success forever.
Roll low. That's kind of fun, like golf. Now watch this drive. See you at church. I love golf.
Yes, like golf, but with blood. He slides 3 D20s onto the table like dealing cards. Most actions are skill rolls. You roll 1 D20. If the result is equal to or lower than your skill value, you succeed.
So the number on the sheet is the target?
Yes, and because you want to roll low, modifiers apply to your skill value, not to the die.
That's actually smart. I never doubted this game for a moment. Believe me.
Rolling a 1 is always success. Rolling a 20 is always failure, even if you are perfect.
20 is always failure? That's fake. I have seen the other channels. They loved critical successes, and even one does that tainted 20 things. That is fake news.
What truly is fake, Herr President, is the concept that you can control your own fate, that your fate wasn't bestowed upon you by the sin nature of your own fate. Trudvang, however, is honest.
I kind of like that. Sounds biblical. It's like, even the best guy can slip on a wet rock.
Sometimes you do not have a skill for something, or it cannot be role-played. Then I call for a situation roll.
What's the target on that?
I decide. I start at 10, then adjust based on difficulty. And your traits are important here, because trait modifiers apply to situation rolls.
So you determine reality.
I determine how indifferent reality is.
What about fighting? We gotta fight.
Combat has combat points. You spend them to attack, parry, move. Combat capacity is dynamic. You decide how many points you invest in any one action.
So if I'm cautious, I spread points. If I want to land a hit, I spend more.
Yes, and the number you spend becomes the situation value. You try to roll under for that attack or parry.
So I spend all of them.
And then you cannot defend.
Defense is for weak people. They say the best defense is a good offense. That is what they are saying.
Defense is for living.
I'm gonna defend because it looks like my character sheet is a dwarf.
Initiative is each round. You roll a 1d10. It is an open roll on 10. Then add or subtract modifiers.
Open roll?
If you roll it or above the open roll threshold, you roll again and add. It can explode beyond the dice normal limits.
Exploding dice. That's fun.
I like exploding. Exploding is good.
Werner, I'm going to need you to slow down. You're doing this like you've been waiting your whole life.
I have been waiting, not my whole life, but long enough.
Okay, so this one says Gorim Iron Root. That's me?
Yes. Herr Bush, you can read over your character and connect with it on a spiritual level. The realm of imagination and will can help you complete the mission of Gorim Ironroot. A very noble one indeed.
Dwarf, Warhammer, Shield, very Rankin and Bass Hobbit cartoon coded, 14 body points, 11 combat points. That's sturdy.
Oh yeah, my character sheet is absolutely the best already.
You have a coin pouch listed as important.
It is important. Money is always important. That's realistic. Besides, sure I can swing a sword, but if what Herzog said about Trudvang is true, why be mediocre at fighting when I can make the best deals? Game of Thrones isn't about just fighting, you know, some of the best characters made the best deals. Believe me.
There is truth to that, Donald. I am honestly surprised you didn't just argue to play a barbarian or something. Okay, I am reading here about the elves. It looks like I am one. My guy's an elf named Obanir. That's actually cool.
Where and what is Joe's?
All three look to the couch. Joe is asleep, unmoved by the concept of destiny.
Joe's character is Sleeping Beauty, except in this version, she is so ugly that the dwarves ditched her, and no prince is on his way to kiss that. Trait bonus plus 10 to napping.
Wake him up.
He needs to at least pick up his sheet.
Hey, Joe. Hey, buddy. We got a dwarf. We got an elf. And Trump picked a rich guy again. You gotta wake up. Joe!
Vaggie Ortinas minded. No, I'm listening. I want to go to Candy Mountain with Charlie.
He is absolutely not listening to anything but the Flash animation cartoon in his head.
Sometimes the hero enters the story late. Sometimes the world must drag him in by the collar.
Great, now he's making it poetic. Wake up, Joe. You invited the creepy wizard.
Oh, I have an idea. Ice cream! Joe! Ice cream!
Werner? Oh, good. You made it. Good.
Joe. Why is Werner Herzog in the Oval Office?
Because he was invited. Man, we need somebody who tells it right, you know? Like when you watch those videos and it's funny, but you also kind of wish it was a real story.
Incredible. You invited Werner Herzog to roleplay trolls. Then you fell asleep.
Let the record show I was not sleeping. I was napping. It's different.
Joe, what character are you?
Let me think on it for a moment. Have to remember, I was...
Oh no, did he just...
Sleepy Joe fell asleep? Not surprised?
Now we begin introductions. Not as yourselves, as the beings you will become in the saga.
All right, let's do character intros here soon.
You will speak your name, you will speak what you want, and you will speak what you fear.
I am Trump. I am, regrettably, the last of my house, the last of my name. I need to make a fortune. I fear losing.
That is obvious.
I am Gorim, exile of my people, rejected by most, but taken in by few. I had a family once. I fear letting them down.
Good.
I am a stargazer, a dreamer, an empath among the immortals. I am Obanir the elf, I fear, missing what truly matters.
Also good. Then this is the correct story for you all. You don't traditionally level up like Dungeons and Dragons. However, you raise your skills, and if you are one of the blessed few, you will get actual character development, meaning you as players will learn from this game You are all bound to truly evolve. When you are ready, I will show you Westmark, and you will decide if you are hunters or if you are something else.
So, we're hunters.
We'll see, I suppose. Better than hunted.
I'm ready. I have to be.
So about Joe, he's still out.
Let him. If the story needs him, it'll drag him in.
That's a world-class nap.
Before we enter Westmark, you roll for Rod. Rod is your change of fate. 1d6 at character creation, modified by charisma. It never replenishes. Spend it only when you mean it. It can be your only bargaining power against a cruel fate. Also, we need to go over your body points. Body points. This game does not hide the body behind abstractions. If your body points reach 0, you do not hang on. You become a memory someone else carries. Read your totals. Briefly, like men checking supplies.
Gorim has 14 body points and 11 combat points.
Good. Combat points are your combat capacity, your efficiency when violence arrives. They are dynamic. You decide how much to spend on attack, parry, movement. But you cannot spend more than you have, and you do not get extra because you want them.
Obanir has 10 body points, 9 combat points.
Trump has 11 body points, 9 combat points. I don't like having fewer points than the dwarf.
Then do not stand where hammers fall. Now, Rod Bush, go ahead and roll.
I got a 4.
4 Rod. Next, Obanir.
I only got 2.
And some in this life get none. Now, Trump.
Okay, I rolled a 6, sweet.
Love that for him. Mystery fate.
We're really doing Westmark now, right? No more tier lists?
If people want to see best high fantasy tier, they can say so in the comments now. Do you want to see a fantasy tier list? Westmark is like B tier until we see the loot.
I'd put it A tier just from the vibes.
Tier lists are what men make when they are afraid to admit preference. Now, our exterior is the stronghold village of Brackenhold, Dawn. Westmark is a land where people pretend learning can keep wilderness outside the door. The Virans built stone towers for knowledge, because knowledge feels like control. But the region remembers an older era when trolls ruled and people were marched away and never heard from again. Most here belong to the new faith, the tenet of Nid, the worship of the one true God. Think of it akin to medieval Christianity spreading into pagan Scandinavia. The Viranes believe the old gods died for a reason. You arrive at Brackenhold in grey morning mist, a low palisade of tar-darkened logs, patched by hands that have learned repair is cheaper than pride. Sod roofs, sweating smoke, a creek cutting black water over pale stones, wood piles stacked like prayers against winter, a thin bell on a post that no one rings anymore. The village watches you with quiet arithmetic. How much trouble are these visitors worth? How much grief will they cost us to hope for?
Character intros. Arrival in scene.
Yes. Give me an image of you and a reason for you. First, Gorim.
Gorin walks in on the road, chain damp, boots heavy with mud, warhammer in one hand, shield in the other like tools. He looks at fences, not to admire them, to measure them. He's here because people are missing, especially one very important one. I plan to get her back. I am no hero, but I made a solemn promise. I am a dwarf of my word.
Next, now, Obanir.
Obanir comes from the tree line, not hiding, choosing angles. He watches faces before doors, smoke before voices. He's here because troll is the word people use when they don't want to name what they fear. He wants the real name.
Last but maybe even least, Trump.
Easy, Herzog, Trump, of course, arrives like he belongs. Clean cloak, loud confidence, coin that jingles on purpose. He smiles like recognition is owed. Where he comes from, people know his name. He's here for the bounty, gold. And because he's tired of being laughed at by the more rural folk who think mud and sticks and grime are wisdom, I plan to show these filthy pagans.
As you pass the gate, all of you are herded together by the size of the gate and the crowd of villagers. A child stares at Gorim's hammer. A woman pulls the child back. Not hatred, caution. In this place, hope has killed more men than wolves. Trumph, you feel the eyes and you want to own the moment. You may attempt to establish presence, a posture, a greeting, an attitude. This is not a skill on your sheet. It is a situation. Situation roll 1d20. I start at 10, but you are outsiders and the village is skeptical. -2. Target 8.
I got an 8.
Success. You step through the gate with the practiced confidence of a man who has stood in rooms built for power. People still do not like you, but they decide you might be useful. In Westmark, usefulness is the closest thing to respect.
Herzog, do you mind if I observe these people?
But of course, Obernier, read the room, insight, skill roll, SV12, roll 1d20, succeed on 12 or under.
I got 8.
Success. They are tired, fearful, and unwilling to invest belief in strangers. A thin contempt threads through it. They've buried outsiders before. It takes works to do so for so very little. They are saving any sort of grief in advance. You all in moments trickle into the Brackenhold longhouse. The door and wooden floorboard creak. Ambience of murmured voices. You hear a small clang of a ladle against a pot. Smoke, stew, wool that never fully dried. A wall of pegs holding coats that have never truly become dry again. At the far end sits Chieftain Trotha Stavehand. No crown, only patience. Trotha Stavehand is a man who has survived long enough to become mistaken for stability. His body is not large, but it has endured. The kind of endurance that is not strength but refusal. His beard is grey in a way that suggests not age but exposure, like wood left too long in weather. His eyes do not search the room, they weigh it. He carries a staff, not as a symbol of rule, but because something in his body has already begun to fail him. When he speaks, it is not loud. It is final. This is a man who has buried more people than he remembers loving. Beside him you hear the name and it goes along with a rather tall one. She stands Astrid Kniftong, smirking like she enjoys other people's discomfort. Astrid smiles in a way that suggests she has already decided how this ends. She is not beautiful in the way men write songs about. She is beautiful in the way danger becomes memorable. Her hair is pulled back, not for style, but for efficiency. Nothing about her is accidental. Her eyes do not soften. They sharpen. If Rothar is the weight of the village, Astrid is the edge that keeps it from collapsing inward.
A dwarf in real iron, an elf with careful eyes, and a man dressed like he's about to sell us something.
Small laughter hums inside the room. Inside jokes you do not understand.
Happy to be here. You can thank me later.
They will, in their prayers.
Speak plain. You came for the bounty.
We? I do not know the other two, Chieftain, but I have come to solve your problem.
I, Obanir, offer my services as well. I take my place closer to the side of Trump than behind him.
I stay pretty silent. I don't deal much with humans anyhow, but I hope my eyes tell the story that I am here to see this through.
You are here for our problems? Then hear them. Livestock torn apart, unnatural footprinters, larger than any man. Stones moved like toys. Our maidens Our girls are missing.
The room goes quiet in the way a room goes quiet around grief. Not respectful, simply incapable.
No ransom, no footprints leading back. Only empty beds and mothers who cannot sleep. So we offer coin to those who will walk into the woods in our place. 10 silver for proof. More if you bring one back alive.
Where were they last seen?
West of the creek, near the standing stones. They went for water, for herbs, for a walk they'd taken 100 times. Then they did not return.
How many girls were taken?
Enough.
Negotiation time. I think we can get a little more money out of this. Listen, chieftain, this is high-risk stuff. You can do better on the price.
Persuasion. Skill roll. SV13.
I got 7.
Success.
12 for proof. 15 for a girl returned alive. No more.
And if you come back without proof, we'll still let you eat. We're not cruel. I mean, that is, if you come back at all. Dangerous woods, you know.
That lands as laughter from some and silence from others. When all of a sudden a little old woman, her back is curved much like a coiled snake, she supports her meager movement on a walking staff. When she speaks, folks listen, even if you can tell they do not want to.
Beware, beware, the Lindworm's blood. I see blood. It flows and waters the trees.
As she speaks, fellow hunters arise from their chairs to listen. A warning, perhaps. Maybe even a first clue. Or even the ramblings of a mad old woman. Tough to tell due to the mixed reaction of her audience.
Ramblings for sure. Who is this crazy old woman?
Don't mind her, hunters. Just the alte Mutter talking again. The old mother of our village. Anytime something goes wrong, blames it on the Lindworm. Mutter Grau, we have real monsters to be afraid of, not ancient fables. This is the work of a troll.
Mutter Grau means Mother Grey, both endearing yet in jest. The locals call this woman Mother Grey. She is escorted away from the hunters by a steward of Chieftain Hruda.
Back to the task at hand, hunters. Prepare for the hunt.
We should ask about hunting parties, numbers.
Hrothar taps his staff once.
Hunters go in 4s. Lone heroes die alone.
Names Astrid calls for. She assigns groups with practiced speed. Competent hunters to the best lines. You can hear which groups she expects to come back. They get the good ropes, the good arrows, the confident nods. Then her eyes slide to you 3. She gives you a smile.
And our visitors. You go with Raynar Ortvel.
The hall chuckles again. Not cruel, efficient. A man near the door mutters too softly to claim responsibility. Perfect. He can count their pieces. A very large man stands near the wall, as if trying to be furniture. Tall, broad, not lanky. Quiet in a way that suggests a shame, not stealth.
Astrid.
Think, Gabe. I told you not to worry, guys. Herzog isn't that cruel of a game master. He just gave us a tank.
He looks a bit nervous, though.
Maybe he's humble.
Name's Trump, from the House of Trump. You have heard of it. Raynar, too formal for a big barbarian like you. We'll call you Ray.
But sir, my name is Raynar. That is what my mother named me. Not Ray.
Ray, shorter, stronger.
Raynar, what are you?
A Reichnari.
Ray the Reichnari, warrior title. Love it. Commands respect.
It means reckoner.
What do you reckon?
It doesn't matter. It sounds like vengeance. Very Ragnarok.
Astrid leans close to Raynar, voice low, meanly amused.
Reckon numbers, Raynar, not daughters.
Now this warrants a bit of awkwardly paced laughter. A young woman in the back, Sigrid, turns red and stares at the floor. Raynar's jaw tightens. She moves to the chieftain.
Oh, that's the daughter.
I am a bit confused. Maybe they do not want this girl taken by the same monster?
Hrothar watches without expression. The look of a man who would rather the forest solve a household problem.
Taken by a monster. Eh? She already has. Hermf.
When you exit the tavern, you are approached again by the old woman. Mata Grau, she rears up like a cobra and grabs you Trumpf by the arm with a fierce grasp.
Old woman, let me go. What are you doing?
Mark the worm that claws the loam. Fear the worm that sits at home. One will bite and one will grin. Both are blood and both are kin.
What the fahala is that supposed to mean?
Gorm attempts to break them up, eyeing her suspiciously.
She is talking about that thing again. The Lindworm?
The woman cackles as she wanders off down the street.
Grandma off her meds and wanders off from the nursing home. Good riddance.
It is now late in the morning. The smell of fog and rain, however, point to a purgatory of climate and time. You could not track the date if it were not given to you like a mother would an infant. You head towards the outskirts of Brackenhold. You leave with a charcoal map and other people's laughter in your back. The sound of a distant axe striking tells your inner spirits that humanity is being left behind. A hunter calls after you, just loud enough to break this illusion. Outsiders and Raynar, chieftains cleaning his accounts. Someone else adds, if they come back, I'll eat my boots. The forest swallows the jokes and keeps the meaning.
Jealousy, classic. A monster steals their food and women and they just chuckle and stay behind like brats at a nursery. Losers.
I think they think we're disposable.
Ja, elf.
Your feet take you to the forest trails. Your feet no longer match the ones as definitely of men walking down this muddy trail. It fades as you are welcomed by the sound of a crow far off, the tune of a babbling creek nearby, pines and birch, birch like bone, pine like old secrets. Light thims, the ground softens under moss and rot. The party walks with an unspoken comfort. The big man, Raynar, is with you. Human minds love simple protections.
You say there are tracks still, correct? I would like to see if I can follow them.
Marvelous instinct. Gorim, roll for tracking. Skill roll, SV9.
I rolled a 6.
Success. You have tracked more with less in your subterranean city of your dwarven birth. The tracks fade, but introduce something new yet foreign. 2 blunt toes in mud, heavy steps, a snapped sapling. Something large moved without care.
Let me, Herzog, see what might have done this.
Obernear, the skill on your sheet should read as Finding and Spotting, SV13.
Thank you. I rolled a 10.
Success. A strip of pale cloth snagged on a branch. It is fine fabric, perhaps a noble cloth, and boot prints, human, circling, watchful.
So somebody's been watching the troll.
Or watching the girls, waiting to strike again. I grip my warhammer tight in my hand.
Easy there, short stuff. We don't know what we are swinging at yet.
The cloth smells of smoke, and beneath it, cold mineral stone, a smell that does not belong to warm rooms.
That smell is wrong.
You've smelled it before?
In stories.
How does that even work? Well, tell the story, Ray the Reckoner.
Trolls do not always eat. Sometimes they keep.
Keep what?
Reminders? Trophies. The Trollkin are unpredictable.
In Westmark, superstition is not childish. It is survival dressed as story and fable. Parents do not tell these folklore before bedtime to entertain, but rather skirmish young imaginations to perhaps survive on the appointed day. Men do not live long drawn-out lives for a reason in these fortified rural holes. Obernear, you have been vigilant today. You look at Raynar and see the tremor in his hands.
What kind of warrior shakes like this? May I roll insight?
Certainly.
All right, an 11.
Success. He is not a fighter trying to be patient. He is a man who has spent his life avoiding violence and has been dragged into it by a harsh consequence.
Raynar, you said Reckoner.
What do you actually do?
Elf, I already explained. This Viking brings the reckoning. Reckoner.
I count. Grain. Tools. debt. I make ledgers so winter does not become murder.
Huh? What? So you're an accountant?
Ja?
Okay, that's not a warrior. You lied to us.
No, I am not a warrior, not even a hunter.
The comfort drains from the group in a measurable way. This is the moment the party loses its illusion, not because the forest changed, because you did.
Then why are you out here with us?
Because I am in love, and I laid with Sigrid, and the chieftain does not want to kill me with his own hands.
Oh. And he doesn't expect us to come back.
He put you together because you looked weak and unfamiliar. New boots, unfamiliar eyes, a dwarf who isn't from here, an elf who hasn't breathed this rot, and a man who thinks coin can buy safety. You were the laugh of the village. Like myself. I didn't mean to do any harm, you know? We wanted to get married, but he forbid it. A reckoner was not worthy of the chieftain's daughter.
Don't diss coins, Ray. Coins can make or break kings, and I don't think it can buy safety. I know it can buy safety.
Trump's voice rises, and it is a mask. The mask of a man who has never needed to admit fear.
But he has a point. This is a setup. We should go back. We should get a better group. We should. I'm not dying in a wet forest because you couldn't keep your hands to yourself.
Girls are missing. Lives human. Think of someone other than yourself. It doesn't matter if they don't believe in us. They don't even know us.
Girls are missing, and we're missing an actual warrior.
We are the group now. We keep going.
You can't just decide that. I make the decisions, and I want to make the decisions to go back and regroup.
I can decide what my character does, and my character doesn't walk away.
Bravery is not a feeling in this game, not in the way fairy tales boast of it. It is an action you take while you are afraid. It does not mean absence of fear, but rather what fearful men do when the need arises.
Can we roll to keep our nerve? The dread is setting in.
Yes, but it is not called a nerve roll, but rather a situation roll. A 1d20, I started 10. You found cloth. The air tastes wrong. -2. Target 8, all of you.
9.
6.
5.
Gorim and Obernier succeed. Trump fails. Trump, you keep walking, but your mind begins counting exits. You imagine your body in mud and you hate the image. This is not cowardice. It is the first honest thought you've had all day.
They mentioned others. Hunters are out. Fine. We watch for traps. These people set traps.
Agreed. Might I roll for find and spot?
Obernier the Vigilant, they will call you. Find signs of traps. Finding and spotting SV13.
I got a 17.
Failure. Utter failure. I gave you a title for naught. You look for the obvious because your mind wants the world to be fair. Traps are built by people who learned fairness has no market value.
Can he spend rod?
He can immediately after the roll. One road turns the failure into success.
Well, I've got 2. If I spend one now, I'm basically broke. No, I hold.
You hold. Perhaps you are wise to hold onto it, but just know that the river Styx has no use for road economy, Obernier. Perhaps this is how catastrophes happen. You save your miracle for later. We shall find out. Raina steps off the trail to avoid a puddle.
What?
The sound of whiplash occurs. Rope snaps tight. A sapling whips upward. A snare bites his ankle and lifts him upside down. His satchel tears. Papers flutter out like pale birds that cannot fly.
I grab him.
Situation roll. Reaction. Base 10, -2 for speed and slick ground. Target 8.
A 7. I got a 7.
Success. Gorim catches Renar's belt and holds him down, muscles shaking.
I want to cut the rope.
Fast action. Situation roll. Base 10, -3 for thin wet rope under tension. Target 7.
I got a 3. A 3.
Success. Your blade slices, but the trap is layered. Above, a deadfall log swings free.
Moves?
Raynar cannot, however. Now we do damage. Weapons and even natural weapons have base damage 1d10, and open rolls can explode. I treat this deadfall as a two-handed strike. 1d10 with open roll on 8-10. Raynar has 12 body points. 10, open roll. 9, open roll. 7, stop. Total damage, 26. The log meets Raynar's chest. What is the sum of a man's life? His childhood? The dreams of a mother that once held a boy and dared to question something different. An occupation? Calculable odds of a man who found facts and figures and equations building a town, but never added the odds of a jealous father. You all watch in shortened breath as life becomes just a mere number, a number on scrap paper. Raynar's body points go below 0. There is no bargaining with arithmetic.
He's dead.
That's instant. There's no save?
No save. Only Rod. And Rod is personal to Raynar. You cannot spend Rod to rewrite his fate.
Gorham lowers him anyway. He didn't deserve this to be killed by a tool of his people.
You cut the rope and lay him on the mud. His papers land around him, grain totals, debt lists, and a page titled The Taken. The forest does not mourn. It only continues.
They sent him out here to die, and us with him. Those bastards?
We can rage later, we can live now.
No, we rage now. We were mocked, set up, and this is real?
Those girls are still missing.
This is the split in the human soul. Rage that wants a target, and duty that wants a path.
We have got to go on. Can I follow the tracks still?
Gorim, read the scene. Tracking, but for humans, SV9 +2 because they were careless. Target 11.
I got a 10.
Success. A silver lining in funeral fog. Boot prints. 2 people came here earlier to set and check the rig. A small tally mark is carved into the tree. Not a warning, a count.
Lore and legends to understand the tally, SV12.
Yes.
I rolled a, let's see, a 13.
Failure. You know, legends of kings and trolls, but not the small rituals of desperate hunters. You only understand the meaning. Someone is keeping score.
Ray wasn't a warrior. He was numbers.
And they still used it.
You take Raynar's ledger. Sigrid's name appears in the margins, not as romance, as consequence. A note, smell of stone, sound like breathing. You move on, because stopping is also a choice, and it solves nothing. Dot, you travel deeper into the woods. It is now the late afternoon by your estimation. Nature and the skies do not aid this. They are muted, darker now. Perhaps a cloud above mourns for your previous companion and keeps its funeral dress for you. The creek fades, wind drops. It is quiet now. The trees tighten, the ground turns spongy. You smell cold stone again. Stronger now, like river rock held under the tongue. You find another strip of cloth. Then a footprint deeper than before, and then all sound thins. No birds, no insects, only your breathing, too loud. In the silence you hear it, a low, wet exhale, distant but certain, as if something large is breathing through mud. Then a bellow, not rage, not hunt, the sound of a sleeping thing shifting its weight.
I hate that.
We're close. We keep going.
Yes, in Westmark, danger does not announce itself with noise. It announces itself with quiet, so you can hear your own mind preparing to die. The forest has fallen asleep around you. The path narrows. Trees lean together as if to whisper secrets. The air is cooler, scented with cold stone and moss. Bush, Gorim feels the ground. Make a tracking roll. Gorim, SV9 if you will.
Rolling, I got an 8.
Success. The tracks narrow here. Only one set of heavy two-toed prints. They lead to a small clearing lit by fading light. Beside a half rock, you find the last sign. A torn ribbon of fine cloth, mud-stained and blood-smeared, the same noble fabric you saw in the mouth of the woods. Does this connect you to the same person, perhaps?
That cloth, it must be the cloak or dress of one of the missing girls.
Everyone quiet and stay low.
There is silence, but not peace. You hear ragged breathing. Something large sleeps ahead, curled around itself, cloth draped like a shroud. Herzog's voice drops almost to a whisper. You believe appearances. Here is a creature grotesque beyond nightmares. Its hulking form is mottled with warts and bristles, one braided horn peeking over one shoulder. It fidgets in sleep, revealing hooked tusks and a drooling maw. It holds the silk cloth as if it is a treasure.
Plan, gentlemen. We flank around, one on each side. We should approach slowly. Weapons ready. No sudden moves, don't wake it.
I'm a little closer, I say, raising my shield. If it wakes, I draw. I come down on it like the mountains of Borjorn.
You edge around the clearing's perimeter. The creature does not stir. The tension is a rope ready to snap. Obernier, why don't you start us all with a sneak roll? Sneak roll. I got 11. Failure. Your foot snaps a twig. Your mind hears the crack, and in your fear of the beast, hallucinate your bones snapping like bristle. The monster's head slams up. It blinks. Wide golden eyes focus on you. It is startled. It is not amused.
It's awake.
Positions.
You plan to attack, do you not, Gorim? Initiative roll.
I got a 12.
Okay, the creature rises, towering now in the clearing's dim light. Its face is twisted, a mix of fear and anger. It roars, a deep, wet bellow that shakes the leaves. The beast is grotesque. Mottled green flesh shining in moonlight, eyes like cracked gold, its tongue lolling. It clutches a child's cloak to its chest. You see bone-crunching power in its posture and something wild in its eyes, something terrified. Gorim, you are up first. Your stance is firm.
I'm going in with an overhead swing on my hammer.
That is an attack action. Use combat points.
I spend 6 combat points.
1d20 versus SV12. Your 1H heavy skill. Roll now.
I got 15 rolled over.
Miss. Your hammer scrapes a granite rock as you strike. Not a blow. The Lindworm rears back on its haunches, snarling as mist flies from its maw.
Okay, I'm on guard. No heroics this time.
Stay firm, men. This is an abomination of abominations. Fight clean. I want to see that cloak in one piece.
Suddenly, the creature's eyes widen further. It recognizes something or someone. It rears again as if to swipe, then pauses. The giant roars. But then...
No, stay back, stay back. Please, don't hurt me.
Time seems to halt. Good to see you are awake, Joseph. We are glad you can finally play at the table. The supposed Lindworm, Joe, is clutching the cloak like a child would a comfort blanket. He is whimpering more than roaring. Gorim, Trump, Obernier, you stare. Underneath that horrifying mask is a face you know all too well.
No, it can't be.
It's Joe? This thing is his character?
Holy Joe?
The creature drops to its knees, eyes shimmering. It is Joe. He is shaking, half monster, half boy, tangled in the silk. You realize with horror that the village Lindworm was not killing, it was desperately protecting the cloth. They owned the cruel arithmetic of your world. You judged a book by its cover. It nearly killed your friend. Oh, Bania, you muster a gentle hand.
Joe, buddy.
It's a monster. We still need to kill him. No meta-playing. Go.
The party stands frozen save the courage or perhaps the fury of Trumf. He raises his blade and points it forward like a cavalier general towards a burning forest. What do? Your eyes point to the culprit of the village's woes, yet your souls attempt to reason against your minds. The wild exhale fades. This is your cliffhanger.
Donnie, are you seriously going to kill Joe?
Before we go any further, hold on. This is important. If you're watching this right now, you gotta like the video, you gotta subscribe. People are saying it, best actual play out there, tremendous engagement, but only if you click the button. If you don't click it, frankly, very disappointing.
He's not wrong, though. If you're enjoying this, hit like, subscribe, share it with somebody who loves fantasy or somebody who needs to. Helps us keep doing this.
Yeah, share it with your friends, your family. Share it with that one guy who always talks about dragons but never commits to the bit.
We all know that guy. Sad.
Also, shout out to the system we're playing.
This world you are witnessing, it is called Trudvang. It is not a game of convenience. It is a game of consequence.
It's tough. It's very tough. People are getting destroyed.
Yes. And that is why it matters. The creators of Trudvang recently completed a great undertaking, a Kickstarter. It has ended, but its echo remains. In the year 2026, a new rule book will arrive. Refined, expanded, a continuation of the saga.
So if you're into this world, if you like what you're hearing, go check them out.
Yeah, support the folks who made it.
Good people making good stories. We love Dragonbane.
And very smart system. Low rolls, you don't see that a lot. Very innovative.
You may find them if you search. Their work is not hidden, only waiting. And like all stories worth telling, it continues only if people choose to listen. A quiet beat.
All right, that was pretty good. That was a good plug. I like that.
You would.
I'm subscribed.
Of course you are. You have great taste. Until next time, God bless you. We love you.
Så vi ord ingen vågar tala